Welcome to Diceborn. This is our show from the 70s Shard where we're playing through a campaign using the Mistborn adventure game. I'm Ben, I play Dervish, and I am joined by Ian.
Hey, I'm WeiryWriter, and I play Royce Hadriel, who is currently grappling with the questionable choices of a truly terrible entity from a higher plane of existence.
I'm also joined by Grace.
Hey, I play Marelyn from Hallie.
Joined by Matt.
Hi, I'm Luka, and ready to party.
Really? Right now?
Right now? You want to party right now?
Yeah.
It seems like a poor timing.
Yeah. Mimosas for everyone.
And I'm also joined by Rosemary.
Hi everyone, I'm Kaymyth, and I play Hallie, and right now I'm in a box!
Woo! And finally, I am joined by Natasha.
And I play everyone else, because I'm the Lord Roller.
Hell yes. Welcome to episode 8 of season 2 and our 21st episode overall of Diceborn. We're nearly at like a full series of American television in terms of episode count here. It's going great.
Old style series. They don't really do seasons that long anymore for the most part.
It's one of those old 26 episodes, we're coming up on that. When we get to that, we'll celebrate with something. I don't know.
Mimosas!
Mimosas, everybody! For today's giveaway, I'm going to hand us over to Giveaway Ben.
Hey, everyone. It's not actually giveaway time, as you should know by now. It is check-in time, because I think at some point months ago, I promised you a check-in during the giveaway segment in episode 8, and here we are. So first off, I'll just say a huge thank you to everyone who's been watching and enjoying the show. Your comments and reactions have been so rewarding to see. So keep them coming. We want to hear them. And it's really helped bring me and the rest of the cast back to the fun we had when we were playing through these sessions even longer ago. And I know, and we know, that the schedule for the last 2 episodes was a little uneven, and I personally like to take my share of the blame for that because it was partially my schedule holding things up. But thank you for your patience and waiting for the episodes and not letting the wait dull your excitement. Second, I'd also like to send one more round of congratulations to our 3 giveaway winners. Your information has been sent off, so someone should be in touch with you soon about receiving your giveaways. But you can also feel free to reach out to us via email or on Discord, honestly, if you want a faster answer, if you have questions from us at 17 Shard. And another huge thank you also to Brotherwise for supplying the giveaways. It's really fun to have really quality, products that we love and are really enthusiastic about to give away to help, generate excitement for our little series. And as always, the Brotherwise folks have been really great to work with. Now, in terms of what comes next, this is what I promised, right? An update. And I wish I had a little more to update, but I'll give you what we have. So some of you might have noticed this already, that the amount of post-production for the later few episodes has already been kind of lessening and being pulled back. And the purpose of that is to reduce the editing load on our currently still sole Diceborn editor, Alyx, who is amazing and is doing an amazing job. And, we're always going to be eternally grateful for the hours and hours and hours she's put into this. But that's why some of you might have noticed the listening experience on the later episodes changed a little bit. And they didn't have some of the extra flourishes like background music, visual effects, or view changes. Now, episodes 9 through 17, so the back half, is going to be minimally edited with very few cuts. So there's going to be some more ums and pauses and thinking breaks because we as the players sometimes really need time to think about what we're going to say. We are not professional improvisers, but we do our best. And our goal is really just to get each episode to the point where it can be uploaded so that people can see this story that we're really excited for through to conclusion. And so the episodes will have more of a raw file experience, kind of like you're watching us live or playing along with us. And so it's very close to how it would be recorded on the call. And there's not going to be any post-recorded segments like this one. So moving forward, you'll just want to check the video description and any socials or Patreon for news and updates and that sort of thing, because we're not going to be editing them into the episodes anymore, just to save one less step and also one less factor that can potentially hold up the episode schedule. What this decision means, though, is because we are really streamlining the editing process, we are feeling cautiously optimistic about starting to release the next and final batch of episodes before the end of this year, of 2026. Now, obviously, there are no guarantees. As you well know, and I know, schedules can change, but we are really hopeful that the timing will be easier to predict now, that we have a more manageable edit and post-production process. And I think that's everything. So keep your eyes on the 17th Shard socials and Discord for more Diceborn news in the coming months. And thank you again so much for sticking with us and enjoying this show so much, because we also really enjoy it. And while the final episodes lack some bells and whistles, I do think they will make up for it in the plot department. Because our fearless Lord Roller, Natasha, did not hold back with the twists or turns. So stay tuned for those episodes as our crew start to weave through this web to figure out who their real enemies are and narrow in on them and move forward to what may be a final confrontation. I think that's it for me. So enjoy the show, everyone. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, giveaway, Ben. So,
yeah, that moose was a really great prop.
I now have to buy a moose.
Kudos for that.
I want a moose puppet.
Sorry, this one was sitting right here.
Yeah.
This one was sitting right
Perfect.
here, and he called to me.
I'm gonna find an identical one.
He's a screen cleaner.
That's a great screen
cute.
cleaner. That is adorable. So, without much further ado, Natasha, did you want to kick off episode 8/21? I don't know why I keep counting them this way. Of Diceborn.
Yeah, I guess I can. I'm really excited today because I still have things up my sleeve, and last session was already like a bit of a doozy because I threw a lot at everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, does anyone want to do recap or parts of recap?
I mean, I've been in a box the entire time.
Valid.
Yeah.
You did have the briefest chat with your co-box person.
Mm-hmm.
And I did help bind her wounds, so you
hopefully Mirabelle, that decision can pay off for us somehow. Luka, Dervish, and Marelyn, I guess, started by trying to get some intel on where Hallie might have gone. And they figure Luka suggested... What did Luka thought Ghost might know? Why did Luka think Ghost might know?
I think Ghost
because he's been following Royce.
Yeah, he'd been following Royce. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So Ghost was in fact able to get the information, but Calcifer wasn't happy with Luka using Ghost when he might have had another lead that he could have attempted.
I also remember Dervish was unhappy with Calcifer because of the disaster that was the whole soothing parlor theater debacle. And was like, where did you get your info from? And we worked out that we were sent there by the Khandra, a Khandra, probably maybe the same one that Dervish was dealing with. Did we establish that? I can't remember if it was the same one. We assumed it was the same one. And I don't think we said it, but I think internally I came to the conclusion of, we've just learned that the Khandra is worried that someone in the cult has Duralumin and could maybe take over it.
Yeah, the question was, why would a Khandra be working through other people rather than
addressing the threat directly?
Just kind of doing it themselves, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Luka also revealed Royce has been working with evil murder cult.
And so we all rushed off to go save Hallie, and I'm sure Royce
Not
was
before Luka made some more decisions.
Luka. Luka tried to get. He didn't want Rafe to be at this meeting because he wasn't sure what was going to happen, and Rafe didn't listen to him. Luka tried to knock Rafe out and failed.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep.
But then he got a kiss out of it, so that's fun. And then, but they all went there, and Luka is pretending to be part of the cult now, which is fun.
Royce, kind of tried to have a connection with Svet and recruit him as a minion, though he would not use those words. It's absolutely what's going on there. He was also very surprised to see Luka there. And I called him out about, hey, I offered you a deal. Are you going to take it? And Mirabelle was like sitting right on the other side of her. And
Beatrice.
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 And Royce said yes, because he didn't know what else to do. And Adine responded by saying, like, okay, you're going to marry Luka, and you're also going to get a spike. Neither of which Royce was prepared to do in that moment.
I cannot believe I forgot Royce and Luka's betrothal.
Oh, yes!
I love that. It's like the least important thing that happened
because of what happened.
Oh, I have not forgotten about that. That is... I've been thinking a lot about that. And so Royce got his spike and is unconscious while Adine got her spike.
Yeah.
Which did not go well.
Yep.
And before that, Dervish's brother came in and sold them another crazy Kolos hemalurgy sword.
This was a normal size sword. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He sold them a couple.
Yes.
He sold them a couple crazy hemalurgy swords. I did a demonstration by cutting off some random person's head.
Yep.
And
then Ben got very frustrated because no one asked, what is he supposed to be demonstrating? Because normal swords can do that too.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and find out what these crazy swords can do.
Yeah, yes. We'll have to find out another way.
Yes, we will.
What do you get when you cross hemalurgy with nightblood?
Nothing good.
Nothing good. Yeah, nothing good. Do we have anything else? Marelyn. Oh, Grace, what's Marelyn been up to?
Marelyn is currently just hiding out as a cult member. She's kind of a troll. It starts a round of applause after the sword demonstration. And she has also just kind of been watching, trying to see how people are, reacting to the murder going on, trying to see if she can spot any weak links or anything.
We're getting
so far it's been kind of unsuccessful, but
we're getting true insight into Marelyn's background of how unfazed she is by just the murder cult in general.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all the murders happening are shaking some members of the crew more than others.
Absolutely, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and so we ended on Adine getting her spike, and then Ghost on top of the building next door going it didn't work, and Dervish being what didn't work, and well, yeah.
Ghost also had some judgy things to say about Royce getting it.
Look, adults do things.
Adults make
Ghost is
choices.
very judgy.
So yes, and then Dervish is, and I think we're on the roof opposite the back, so we have view on the alley, and he's basically just waiting for the little tin eye ghost to give him the clear to they're in danger, go in and get them out. And he has a rifle, and Dervish is not happy about this because he doesn't think
a very nice stolen from the constables.
Yes.
Or borrowed from the constables.
Borrowed from the
appropriated.
Yeah. And yeah, we're currently just chilling out, waiting for when we can wreck the place.
And Royce is currently shirtless on a cot on the side of the room. Unconscious.
Yeah.
So
it's going to stop being Diceborn if Ian's character doesn't end up shirtless at some
point. Right?
It keeps happening.
Yeah.
That's the other art we're getting.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
What would be funny is one of those visual novel effects where it's for the character where it's he has his shirt on. Oh no!
Fades into shirtless. Yeah.
Are you ready?
I think so.
No, but we'll start anyways.
As ready as we'll ever be.
So, inside, Adine is laid out, having just been spiked. Killed.
Brutally murdered.
And yes, Wraith is standing over her, and he just is paused. And, there's a moment or two, and then he says, "Go lay her on one of the cots."
Oh, so he's not even revealing that she's dead.
Watch this turn out to have been a crime of passion where he's oh no, Luka's not marrying Royce. Not on my watch.
It wasn't some big plan, ploy for leadership.
So I think Luka looked away when the spiking was happening. So I'm not sure if he's I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think when he would just from observation, think, oh, is it safe to look back? Is it over? So when he says that, they're moving her, I guess Luka would look back at the table then. Is she bleeding heavily? Is this different from when they were carrying Royce away from the table?
Make me a wits roll.
Okay. Wits. Luka's wits is 4. He's got decent wits. So.
And you can add a dice for the circumstances.
And that is 3
Those are
fours. Oh, I
fours.
didn't ask what the challenge was, but it's
That's
3
fine.
fours and a nudge.
Fours is sufficient. Yes, she is bleeding more. And you notice that the positioning of the spike is different.
Okay. And sorry, where were their spikes were, where was Royce's and where is hers?
Royce's would be in his chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hers was going to be a pewter spike.
Yeah, so there is a bind point in the shoulder.
Yeah. So she would have been like around here.
Okay.
Like around the chest shoulder region.
Okay. But Rafe is acting like she's past, like, are her eyes open? Is she moving? Like she's just still?
She's being carried over to the cot. She's bleeding a lot.
She's bleeding a lot. Okay. Luca's gonna look away from the blood and wait to see what happens. He's not sure.
Rafe turns around and he says, I believe that will conclude our meeting. And Beatrice looks up from her book and she says, there are still more. And she just gestures over to the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And Rafe says, we don't need witnesses for that. And upon this, Beatrice and Rafe are just kind of staring at each other. And Beatrice then just looks back to her book. People begin to stand up and start discussing kind of what happened, like in quiet murmurs, and file out.
What's Rafe doing?
He's just standing there kind of like, like how in the surgeon pose, like, hands up, like not getting blood on him kind of deal, waiting.
Luka might head over to Rafe if people are kind of breaking. This is not going how I was expecting it to go. And he's going to be like, is everything all right? It seemed like a lot of, murder and blood.
Sorry, my head was just like, well,
Luka.
yes, we are a murder cult, my dear. Like, that's obviously not what he says. He's like, yes, everything is fine.
Is she gonna be all right?
He looks over at Adine. You mean your grandmother?
Should we put some, like, padding on the wound or anything?
Roll me a wits.
How much?
This is going to be a wits of 3 plus you get a dice in your favor because of Rafe well.
Okay. That's nothing. Oh, pair of ones. That's not a 3, but I'm banking another nudge.
Wait, there's no nudge?
There's no nudge.
Oh, there's no nudge.
Yeah, there's no nudge.
There's no nudge. Never mind. I have a nudge from
There's no nudge.
He says, he kind of like is quiet and thinks. And rather than saying she'll be fine, he says it will be fine.
Okay. What about Royce? I don't know what aftercare for, getting a big nail jabbed into you is.
He's resting.
Okay. Well, and
then he says, and you can see it takes a lot in him to allow this or to offer this. And he says, if you're wanting to stay, you can.
Are you staying?
As Beatrice says, there are more boxes.
Boxes of...
He just kind of looks over at the crates.
I assume Luka would have seen the two people that were just killed come out.
I saw the two people killed. Yeah. And Luka's going to say, well, I'll do some schedule review and get back to you.
Meanwhile, inside the crate, Hallie is sort of hyperventilating a little bit with it's just like, do I do something to yell for help? But no, then that puts my friends in danger. What the do I do? I'm just going to sit here and
how many crates are there?
I believe there are like 2 more.
2 more crates. Jeez.
So
Marelyn, go.
Yeah, so I think Marelyn would try to linger in the room without, like, are there any kind of groups lingering in this room that she can see? Other than this main group that
Beatrice and, you know, the kind of like core, Tamuth is remaining in his seat. Additionally, we have, you know, like maybe 4 other people that are kind of just sitting there.
Marelyn, are there any like places where if she like Marelyn got up and pretended to walk out, she could like duck behind to try and hide?
Could she spend a spirit to luck into something?
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. Because the way I was previously picturing this room, right, was that the border was kind of like just lined with chairs and that it was kind of empty. But that's not to say that there couldn't be other things.
Okay, yeah, I'll spend the spirits. How does that work again? Do I still have to roll?
I think you still have to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. You roll the full number before you've reduced it.
Yeah.
So it's like your next roll
will be lower
until it refreshes will be less.
Okay.
I'll say that this is like a roll of 2.
Okay. Can I add my danger sense since it's a dangerous situation and I'm looking for a place to like hide?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said it's a difficulty of 2?
Mm-hmm. Ones and a nudge.
No.
And you even had a 2 in there.
Yeah.
But 3 ones.
You add 2 of the ones together? No.
Yeah, so you're not seeing anywhere that's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But you're wondering if you could go like up to the bar rather than just leaving entirely. Or as the GM, I will give you this because you were looking for a group, is if with the few people, like the 4 people that are still seated, if you could insert yourself with them. I will also say there's another play here, but I'm not going to tell you what that is.
In the infinite, you know, variety of things you can do in an RPG, you know, I'm sure there's lots of plays here.
I'm just giving you the 2 that like you asked about.
Yeah. I think what I want to try and do is like see if I can circle around so I leave with the main group and enter the bar and see if I can go like wait on the stairs from the bar into the like just inside the room from like go through the bar and try to go down the stairs and wait like just inside the doorway outside here.
Okay. Sounds good. I will need a physique roll. Because you're sneaking. If you want to soothe suspicion, while you're doing that, that is also an option.
Yeah, I'll soothe while I'm doing that. I need all the help I can get
Yeah.
on physique rolls. What's the difficulty?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10
Hopefully-
dice, way better than 3 dice.
That's-
Okay, and I get
A lot
2
of
extra
dice.
nudges for my savantism,
Yeah.
so I have 4 total apparently.
I mean,
Excellent.
what you got?
Yeah.
As Luka sees Marelyn moving, maybe he might like absentmindedly take his hat off and kind of tug his ear. Just not sure if she sees that or does anything about it, but he
I
might do
think
that.
Marelyn sees it and just ignores it this time.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, like Marelyn just acts like she knows what she's doing, and like if she gets called out, just pretends like, oh, I left something downstairs. I was told to stay up here and wait, like casually,
Yeah.
like
So it's very like Marelyn moves through the crowd very like smoothly. It's by the time you get outside and like remove your robes and then move into the bar and like you're in more plain clothing, right? And in the corner you see Calcifer. He has, Ghost's hat, kind of riding a little lower on his head as he drinks. And you notice him like essentially notice you as you move down toward the stairwell. Do you take a moment to say anything to Calcifer, or are you just moving?
I think I'm just moving. I wouldn't say anything to Calcifer. I might, like, when I'm outside, kind of mutter under my breath, like, a brief summary of what happened for Ghost and say, like, there's, like, fewer people, which might make it easier for Dervish to come in if we need him. But I assume he sees, but just, like, a kind of brief summary so they're sort of in the loop.
Okay.
I'll say we're round the back, and then I think if you left out the front.
No, she went out the back with everyone else
Got ya.
and then came around the front to go back into the bar.
Got ya. Makes sense. Okay.
And Dervish, you would see kind of the group of people like trickling out. It's not like they come out en masse, but they come out and trickle out, and and Ghost just kind of watches intently, and then he looks over to you and he says, "Marelyn's out."
Okay. And is the meeting over?
Yes and no. The mass of it is. They may be wrapping up, they might not be. Seems like there's some disagreement.
Okay. And they still don't need me to go in?
They haven't signaled anything.
Okay. He's going to go.
But there's a smaller number now in case you need to.
Yeah, that's good.
And then he gives you a rundown of who's inside.
Cool. Excellent.
I take it Ghost has not yet sussed out the fact that Mirabelle and Hallie are in crates.
No, but he can essentially like hear the breathing of 4 people in the boxes.
Oh.
Okay.
And Dervish goes back to leaning against the wall.
Actually, give me a hot second, because I just
we can
realized
only spare a
something.
cold second. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. Well,
It's winter.
that's longer than a hot second.
Yes.
Does Marelyn tell Ghost, and does Ghost relate to Dervish that Royce and Adine were spiked?
Well, that is quite a roll for whatever that was.
Oh.
That's good for you guys. It's a good thing.
Okay, good.
That was something on Ghost Park. And Ghost looks over at Dervish and he says, I have information, but I'm not sure whether or not to give it to you.
Why don't you tell me what it is, and I'll tell you whether you should tell me or not.
Why don't you promise not to go running in there, and then I'll tell you. And we make that decision together.
Sure, I'll promise that. And Dervish is lying.
Okay. I want you to roll me. What would lying be?
Charm.
Charm.
Cool.
Yeah. So roll me a charm, please.
Little charm. Do you want to do a contest?
Oh, this is a contest. Yeah, technically. So those are 4s.
Oh my.
Okay. Ghost got 4.
That's your roll higher than a 4.
Cool. Okay.
I mean, you could spend
and
3 of those
4
nudges to
nudges.
bump it to a 5 if you wanted, Natasha.
No, I'm gonna save those. I'm gonna tuck those away in my little pocket.
Okay.
Oh, God.
for screwing us over later.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because this is gonna help you potentially.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Choose.
3, 2.
Well, at
two
least you've got
nudges.
some nudges to bank.
Yeah, I got 2
Mhm.
nudges back, which is nice. Cool.
Ghost narrows his eyes at you,
Mhm.
and he says, "You're lying."
I can't promise that I'm not going to go running in there. I mean, okay. Do you know what, Ghost? If there was a reason for me to go in there, I trust that you would tell me straight away. So, okay, I promise not to go running in there immediately.
Okay.
Ghost is the only adult in the room.
I know where Hallie and Mirabelle are.
Oh, fantastic. Are they in there?
Yes.
Okay. Are they okay?
For now. So they've been spiking people. And Hallie and Mirabelle are as one of the sacrifices to do that. But right now they haven't been uncovered yet.
Okay.
They're in, I don't know, they're muffled.
I could see why you think I might run in there. Based upon this information. I think I'm just gonna start heading down. Just in case. No, actually. Let's stay up here for now. Because I need you to keep me appraised of the situation, and I don't want to take you with me.
Like you could stop him from going with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you if something changes or if they get close to the boxes.
Yes, please.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Yeah, who are they spiking?
You won't go running in there?
Depends on who they were spiking.
For those
You're
of you who are listeners only and don't watch, Ian is halfway turtled into his shirt right now.
Ghost job is to tell Dervish what is going on. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
Yes, but Ghost is smart. Ghost says Royce made the decision to get a spike.
Made the decision.
Oh, of course he did.
They also spiked Adine.
And that's what didn't work, right?
Yes, I believe she's dead.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to have words with Royce. But I don't know what the hell's going on down there, but
And you can see like every muscle in Ghost's little body is like wound very tightly, like he's watching you on whether or not you're gonna like suddenly jump off the rooftop. And you don't know what he would do. Like if like it looks almost like he would tackle you, but what this 12-year-old is, you have no idea. Like
It's like a chihuahua trying to launch himself at a Rottweiler.
just
Dervish is going to start pacing, and he's just shaking his head, and he does look annoyed. Like I'm playing it lightheartedly because but he's like, of course Royce did. And he's like, he's angry, but he's not going down there. He's just annoyed with what he's hearing.
And Ghost is kind of like glancing over at him every once in a while, but still kind of trying to stay focused on task at hand. Okay. Back inside, everyone has filtered out.
And so it's Beatrice, Rafe,
Sveth,
Tamuth,
four
Aaron.
other people.
4 other people, myself, or Luka.
Yes.
And Royce is somewhere. There's the boxes. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Is anyone by the crates right now?
No, they're kind of just set off.
Okay. I don't want a metagame. But what Luka knows is that Hallie and Mirabelle were kidnapped. He knows they've been taking people out of crates to sacrifice. And he knows there's 2 crates over there. And that when Rafe was talking about continuing, he glanced over at the crates. So is that enough, do you think, to raise a suspicion for Luka that Hallie and Mirabelle might be in one of the crates?
I think that's up to you.
Okay. I think it is, but
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
We came here to save them. They've been kidnapped.
Yeah.
I think.
I just, like above the table, obviously we know, so I don't want it to be too convenient, but I was feeling like I'd reached the point where Luka might be able to suss that out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just kind of flounce over to the crates if I can, and I'm going to kind of keep an eye and see if anyone's reacting.
To you just flouncing over there?
Yeah, like I'm just
Flouncing.
casually, like I'm just kind of looking around, like, oh.
So you're trying to not seem suspicious.
Not be suspicious, yes.
Yes.
Like look, like he's just seen like 2 people be like brutally murdered and 2 other people get spikes in them. So like kind of like a walking it off.
3 people brutally murdered because there was
Right.
One of them
Three.
his grandmother, but he doesn't know that yet.
Well, he doesn't, but
No, like not even
beheading.
counting Adine.
Yeah, counting
Oh.
Adine, it's 4.
Right,
Yeah.
gotcha. That's right. Guy got his head chopped off with the evil Koloss sword.
Yeah, so he's going to kind of be pretending to like walk it off, kind of like he'll be like saying little things under his breath, kind of like, okay, yeah, we're cool.
Okay.
We're cool.
Roll me a charm.
Okay. Charm, Luka has 6.
This is going to be contested.
Okay.
Oops, that was not a contested roll, but it's 3.
Oh, yeah, it was.
So.
Yeah.
Oh,
It went contested,
okay,
so that's
great.
3s and 2 nudges.
Mm.
Can I add improviser or expert bluffer? One of those?
Expert bluffer would probably be in there.
Okay, so that gives me 7 dice. Okay. Could I add a dice for a circumstance in that he's like actually really needing to keep his cool because he is actually kind of distressed by this?
Add a die because he really wants to seem not suspicious.
I would say then no, because then that would cancel out the expert buffer, right?
Okay.
Because you're either bluffing or you're not.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. So 7 dice. You need to beat a 3. That's 2s and 2 nudges, and I have 1 banked, so I'm gonna bump that up to a 3.
Yeah.
And now I find out if Natasha bumps hers up to be.
So you walk over, and are just kind of pacing around the crates. And not just over the crates, but in placing. Yes.
Kind of like stretching. I might like kind of lean on one a bit,
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you? That's all you're doing over there?
Oh, so no one's reacting?
No.
Okay. And then he's gonna like lean down and kind of do like a lunge stretch, like holding on the thing, like he's just, stretching. And he's gonna try to whisper through the crate. Hallie, Mirabelle, are you in there?
And I assume I hear this.
Yes.
Well, I don't know which. You would probably hear it because the crates are like next to each other, right?
Yes.
Like I don't know if Lucas.
I mean, they're stacked on top of each other. They're like one on top of the other.
So he's positioning his face like so it's like where they're on top of each other, so everyone can hear him.
And here I am with the most helpless member of the crew, right next to the crate. And Hallie is going to whisper back, "Luka, get the hell out of here before they kill you too."
We are trying a rescue mission. Dervish is outside. Should I bring him in?
Me. Beatrice is terrifying. Get out.
Okay, but how do we get you out?
And in that moment,
that
Beatrice's eyes flick over to Luka.
Oh dear.
Luka's gonna stand up then and do one of these.
Somebody's a tin eye, along with everything else. I mean, she can only have so many spikes before Harmony can just go, "Nope, you're mine now."
I don't know.
Maybe
Unless
she's
she's
just a misborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or she's a misborn.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, as Luke is like
doing his stretches,
Royce.
Yeah.
Yes.
Time to wake up.
You feel incredibly groggy.
Okay.
It's like, that state between like waking and sleeping where it's like you cannot move any of your muscles, but you're awake and you have some awareness of what's going on around you.
Mm-hmm.
But you're kind of stuck just laying there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after being knocked unconscious, right? It's like those moments up to going unconscious, it's like you have to like rearrange them in your mind.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So as you're going through this, you hear, "Oh. Hello."
Hi, Harmony.
Oh my god.
Is it clear? Like, am I cognizant enough to like tell that that's in my head and I'm not hearing it?
Yes, but it's weird. Clearly, this has never happened to you before.
No. And I just heard, "Oh, hi," is what I heard.
Essentially.
Okay. How do I respond to that? What does the voice sound like?
Deep and serious.
Just
I'm guessing he sounds like Sazed.
Don't know that first.
No.
Likeliest person. But there's I don't know.
And so like I'm still fuzzy on what happened right before I went unconscious.
You've gotten to the point of like, oh yeah, I was laying down about to get spiked.
Okay. It's like, I mean, hearing voices in your head is weird. And also like he's in a weird space. So he would ask, "Am I dead?"
You might as well be. Sorry, I know that's not very comforting. but they do like to call me the persona of death now.
Oh,
What?
freaking Marsh.
I mean, Harmony could invest him to like tear for the souls of the dead. This tracks. Iron Ice.
He says,
Royce says Iron Ice.
yeah, he says nothing.
Okay.
And then after a moment,
Mm-hmm.
you hear, I need Atium. And I need Beatrice dead. And the presence fades from your mind.
Yeah, well, we want a f***ing pony too, but
Okay.
I really want that to stay in, so we might need to bleep
you're gonna have
that.
to bleep it. Yes,
Guys, I think Beatrice is our connection to the set.
Ooh, that'd be fun. But
I mean, Royce wants Beatrice dead too. She's the worst. So
Yeah,
she is
she
the
is.
worst.
he's not
on so many different
opposed
levels.
to these directives.
We've known she's the worst from day one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Iron Eyes might be the only one who of all of us who can actually take her out. So, thanks for nothing.
What's Royce up to, Ian?
I mean, I'm assuming I'm still loopy unconscious land.
You begin to get, the feeling back. You're doing okay. It's not
Okay.
great, but it's
No.
okay.
I assume I can open my eyes and start moving around.
Yeah.
And I think so, like, Royce will sit up, and instead of looking down, he'll kind of like tentatively feel at his chest.
Spike's definitely there.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. He'll look around for his shirt. And his
It's like set off to the side right next to the cot.
he'll start putting that back on.
Obviously, Luka, you see this.
So the cot, it's just like off to the side. It's not like in a different. So, and is he like next to Adine? Is she on a cot?
She's like
Okay.
on a cot. Like, they are parallel to the wall, right?
Okay.
So,
And how far are they from me?
like across the room.
Across the room. And is Beatrice? Do I see Beatrice coming over to me, or
She hasn't moved. She just kind of glanced up and then went back to looking at her book.
okay?
She's supremely unbothered by freaking anything.
So Luka will see Royce getting up, and under his breath, so Hallie can hear, he'll say, "I'll be back. Don't worry, Royce is here."
That's not helping.
And he'll kind of wave to Royce and mosey on over, like he's just saying hi.
That's not helping was in character.
Okay.
I don't think Royce. He's kind of very stuck in his own head right now. So I don't think he notices Luka until Luka's right there.
Okay, so Luka's like, "Oh, so you're up and Adam. Do you know what the plan is for the rest of the day?"
Royce just looks at you and he looks like he's in a fog. So it takes him a few seconds to register the question. And his response is, the itinerary is somewhat different than what I was expecting today.
Well, would there be a way to kind of shut it down you know, just kind of end early, postpone, rain check this whole deal?
That would be more a question for your grandmother.
Right. And Luka kind of looks over at her. Has she shown any signs of waking up?
So, like, at that point, Royce notices Adine caught next over.
Royce is going to be able to tell just on looking at where the spike is. That's in the wrong place. Like, there was no chance.
She's and Luka's he's only like he keeps looking away, but he's like it seems like she's bleeding a lot more than you. Rafe wasn't concerned, but should we do something?
Luka, that's not a valid buying point for pewter.
So what does that mean?
Voice is gonna look over at everyone and like start burning tin. Like he's burning tin from now on. That's just gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And I want to like survey the status of the room.
Is there anything you're looking for in specific?
I'm looking at Rafe and Beatrice specifically because I'm like, that's not hemalurgy, that's murder.
Rafe's heart rate is going. It is pounding right out of his chest.
Mm-hmm.
He looks very, very calm and cool and collected and just even keel. But beneath the surface, his heart is racing. Beatrice, however, is Beatrice, and nothing is wrong.
Would you be listening enough to notice my presence sort of behind the door to the stairs up to the bar?
I suppose that's a Natasha question.
Like if you're sensing heartbeats, you could probably count the number of people in the immediate vicinity.
Yeah. You could sense that there's someone there.
Okay.
You would also sense that there's something off about Tmuth.
What now?
In your state, you're not quite sure what.
Mm-hmm. And there's 2 boxes stacked on top of each other.
2 people each.
2 people each. Okay. Okay. Has Beatrice reacted at all to my waking up and my conversation with Luka?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And Luka's last words to me are like, what does that mean when I said it wasn't a valid bind point? It's like, part of the power of hemalurgy is to protect the recipient when they have a giant piece of metal jammed into their body. If you're inserting a piece of metal into a location that is not a valid bind point, that isn't hemalurgy. That's a piece of metal being jammed into a body.
Oh, like a stabbing.
Yes. Luka. And Royce just like shakes his head.
You we should stall whatever's happening next. I just need to go check on some things. Could you just make sure they don't start, more of that until I'm back?
Royce is not in a good place right now.
Who is, honestly?
I think there's like a bit of like a glassy-eyed look
Mhm.
in his eyes. And I think like the most you get is like a shrug. And just like he just like starts staring off into space.
People are counting on you, Royce.
At that, like he just like closes his eyes as if that hurts.
Okay. Luka's going to he might stop by Rafe and just say, I'm just gonna go get some air and I'll be back. And he's gonna try to head up for a second.
Rafe nods, and he's like, "Take your time."
Don't start without me.
Rafe nods.
Jeez. And he's gonna try to find anyone else in the crew upstairs.
Do you just go outside?
At the front or the back?
Everyone else is going out the back, right? So he's gonna go out the back.
He's not going to run into Marelyn.
On the roof, Ghost goes. That's Luka.
Okay, I need to look down. I see Luka. How's he looking? How's our little lad doing?
I feel like outwardly he probably just looks like Luka in the middle of a plan. Like plan Luka always has kind of a frantic energy about him, and like I think that's kind of the vibe he's giving off now. Just from like outward like view.
Cool. I think I will take this opportunity to be like, okay, I'm gonna go see if everything's okay. So he's gonna turn to Ghost and he's just gonna be like, don't go shooting people again, okay?
I promise like you promise.
Excellent. Okay. And he's gonna go. He's gonna head down.
Oh, you did not catch that dig.
No, he accepted it and he's just gonna move on. Dervish isn't gonna argue with a child. He's very much done. So yeah, I'll head down. Actually, it'll take me a minute, so I don't know where Luka's gonna go.
He's just like, does Luka know where Dervish, like where everyone was stationed?
Yeah.
So he's kind of going to be looking at the roof and he's going to be under his breath saying, paging Ghost and Dervish, paging Ghost and Dervish. We could use a
Please pick up the white courtesy phone.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean Dervish would make it down there.
Yeah. Okay.
Dervish, excellent.
What the hell is going on in there?
I don't know what to do. So Hallie and Mirabelle are in crates inside. I think they're about to be sacrificed. Like killed, dead, with metal stabbed through them.
Yep.
I just saw someone with a sword from a Kolos chop off someone's head.
Don't worry about that guy.
And then I saw... what? Sorry?
Don't worry about that guy. Don't worry about him.
Okay. And then someone was brutally murdered with a spike rammed through them into Royce, who is okay, but has a spike in his chest now. And then my grandmother was spiked, but it went wrong. So I don't... she's probably dead, right? I didn't really want to look, but everyone is kind of dancing around it, but she's dead. And most people are gone, but they're just going to keep going with the sacrifices. And I think Hallie is going to be one of them. And no one is stopping anything. So
Okay. He's going to put both hands on Luka's shoulders. Be like, okay, breathe. Look, right. We're going to get through this. Right. Let's get everyone out, and then we can worry about what happened in there afterwards. Okay, let's focus.
Right.
Okay, so let's focus.
How do we get people out?
Okay, so we need to get Hallie out, and we need to get Royce out. And Marelyn left earlier, so I think she's okay.
Well, I think what Marelyn would have sort of Marelyn's conveyed to Ghost would have been like, like Royce and Anine got spikes. They're sending people out. I'm gonna circle around and try to wait on the stairs through the bar. So I think if Ghost would have conveyed that you were like
Excellent,
that,
cool.
I'm on this. That was mine.
Excellent. Marelyn, I think, actually is waiting on the other side of the entrance to you that you came out of. So I think what you should do, you should go around the front, go meet up with Calcifer, and meet up with Marelyn.
Okay.
Go in that way. I am gonna.
Will it be suspicious if I go in a different way than I came out? I told them I was coming back.
How much do you care if it's suspicious?
I don't. I just want people out, but
Yeah, I would just go around the front.
Okay.
I am going to. Is there a place I could like hide so I can see when they get Hallie out of when Hallie's free? I can like just jump in there and stop them from sacrificing her.
Not inside. I mean, the stairwell is the best place.
Okay. And it's kind of people have left now. There's not really anyone really.
Yes.
Okay.
There's like
Ghost.
8 people.
Almost out of nowhere. Just kind of is next to you.
God damn it.
Ghost.
And he says, hello.
Ghost.
And he says
Yeah.
to Luka, he says, it will be all right.
That's exactly what Rafe said.
And he gives this kind of smile. And then he says, Dervish, I was thinking,
Yeah.
since we're not supposed to be killing people.
Yeah. You're not supposed to be killing people.
Oh, also, Hallie said Beatrice is very, very, very dangerous.
And Dervish looks at...
What did Hallie all say again? She said...
Yeah, she said, Beatrice is scary, get the hell out. And then when Luka asked, how do we get you out? Her response was, I don't think you do.
Yeah. Okay.
When Luka says that, Dervish kind of looks at Luka and kind of smiles and goes, "We're luck because so am I."
Oh no! Don't understand.
And Ghost looks to Dervish and is like, "Wait, if Hallie's afraid of her, shouldn't you be afraid of her?"
Let's not worry about that. What was the idea you had?
And Ghost is just now very distracted by this. By this new thing, the fact that this is very dangerous. And then he says, well, you do have that sword.
I do.
But she has a sword too.
I also have a gun. And then I pull out my shotgun that I have.
And Ghost is just like, go in quiet, come out loud.
That's our usual.
Okay.
Oh God, I don't know what conclusion this child has just come to. But okay, so yeah, you go get the others. I'm gonna go see if I can't see when they get Hallie out, and he's gonna.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get the others. And does Luka remember where the swords were left when he left?
They were left next to Adine at the time, so they're right next to Beatrice.
Okay.
Great.
But they're like in the packaging. Like Beatrice hasn't like grabbed one out and like put it on her back or anything.
Duffel bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Still
Luka
want
will
the
kind of tell
original rapper.
Dervish where the swords are, just so he's aware of like, and he'll give Dervish kind of a lay of the land. Like, this is where the crates are. This is where Royce is. Just so, you know,
He's got
Dervish isn't
something,
going
yeah.
in totally blind.
Yeah. Excellent.
And he'll go to Calcifer, I guess.
Yeah.
So who's going to Calcifer?
Luka?
I think Luka,
Luka's
right?
going to Calcifer?
Is that what we decided?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Ghost just walks alongside you.
Me.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Luka.
Okay.
And he looks up at Luka and says, just about as they're walking into the bar doors, he's like, do you know how to make a Molotov cocktail?
You know, Ghost, I consider myself quite the mixologist, but no. That's not part of my forte. It seems like something someone like Dervish would know lots about. You know, he's quite a dangerous fellow.
And then he proceeds to tell you how to make a Molotov cocktail.
Okay, so are we wanting to set this place on fire?
And as you're just walking in, and his voice kind of gets lower, and he's like, he just looks over to the bar and all the alcohol.
Luka has that knowledge now. Is Calcifer in Eyeline?
Yes, he is sitting over in a corner nursing a drink.
Okay. Luka will sit down next to him and say, so I think we found Hallie. Things are not going well down there. They're not going well. So we're going to just try to get her out of there.
How are we going to do that?
I don't know precisely. Dervish is getting into position, and you know, I'm not the most of a planner, so if you have any ideas, we know where they are. There's only like 8 people down there, and he'll kind of start giving the same lay of the land that he gave to Dervish to Calcifer.
Calcifer sits there thinking. He looks over to Ghost and he says, go get me some constables, please. And Ghost just goes, okay. And he runs off. And Calcifer just kind of stands and he says, well, I guess it's time that we be going. And you begin to feel your anxiety rise of this like someone is watching you. This paranoia.
I knew this guy sucked.
And he says, ignore that. It's me. Let's go. We'll go back down and around. And immediately the bar begins to just
murmur,
like thrum as people begin to get in disagreements.
That's one way to start a bar fight.
Luka's gonna put his hat back on that he took off earlier. his
Aluminum
aluminum
lined.
laced hat.
Hey.
Just because I don't know, he's maybe not sure he wants to feel more anxious and paranoid right now. But he'll walk up next to Calcifer and say, but what about Dervish and Marelyn? I'm assuming the constables will save Hallie then. Should we let them know what's happening?
He looks around at Marelyn in the stairwell and waits to see if she makes eye contact.
Is the stairwell just like open to the bar and he can look down where I am?
Yeah, it's kind of like, a deep descent. So he just kind of stands at the top and looks down.
I think I probably would have felt the rioting and I guess like turned to look just to see.
And he just makes a gesture like, let's go.
And I'm not gonna just
Or at least I'm going. This is his gesture is.
Yeah, I'll let him go. I'm not gonna leave this right now.
Okay. And he says she's staying, it looks like. And he just says, follow me. We'll go around the back.
Luca's
That's where
gonna
Dervish
pause.
is, right?
Yeah. Is that where Dervish is? Is he around? You're around back?
I'm around
like
back,
ready to
yeah.
go in? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's and Luca's gonna kind of look down at Marelyn, almost like it's like a bit of a like, what should I do look? Like he's kind of looking for her approval to go with Calcifer almost.
Yeah, sorry. I can kind of come up and maybe have like a quick like did I hear that conversation? Or like just kind of get a lay of like, hey, where's Calcifer planning to go? Like
He's like, I'm going around back. We'll see how things shake out. Connors are on the way. We're burning it. By burning it, he means like not lighting on fire, but like
not
Cooling
the
this, yeah.
Molotov cocktail, not our kind of usual burning.
Luca
Not
is absolutely thinking about
Ghost was taking a like page out of Dervish's book. He was like, maybe we just light everything on fire. That seems like a really good idea. But
you know what coming out loud is? Explosions. Those are loud. I think Marelyn might say like, fine, I'll stay here for a little bit longer. See what I can do from here. Like,
okay. And he says, that is me, I'm anticipating it'll cause the typical, obviously leaving out parts, just assuming that you'll get it from being a soother. Because he's going to keep amping that up so that once he and Luka leave, right, that fights will start breaking out.
And I might go like, did you extend it so they can feel it inside? I might.
Yes.
So I think I'll just go back kind of down to the bottom of the stairs, let them go.
Oh, the tensions. Yeah, Luca will follow Calcifer.
So inside, Beatrice looks up from her book. She does a slow scan of the room, closes her book, and looks to Royce.
Okay.
And says, since Luka isn't here right now, why don't you come have a conversation with me?
Okay. He will stand and start to approach. Now, I did establish Royce was burning tin. How
Yes.
much of the conversation upstairs did he hear? Or will he have heard at some point in the future, depending on timey-wimey's?
So this is after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're starting to walk around the back, right, as she's like looked up and looked over to you. So you've heard a good portion of it, essentially.
Okay. So I know constables are on the way, and I know Calcifer is rioting the place.
Yes.
And I can probably feel the rioting.
Yes.
Which is not good in my mental state right now. Okay.
No, you can feel that paranoia that's happening. And you anticipate that Beatrice can feel that paranoia.
What was the timing like between conversations above ending and her putting down her book?
It was around the time that you started feeling anxious that she did her scan of the room.
Like, is she burning tin? I'm like, One of the thoughts going through Royce's head is, can she hear those conversations? But she has a very good poker face.
I'm convinced she just soothes herself all the time so that she's just never feels anything.
Yeah. And this is why having copper, allomantic bronze would be very useful. Just saying. We have a available donor.
You should suggest that to Beatrice.
Absolutely not. Royce would not make that suggestion. I will.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, like Royce goes over and sits in one of the comfy chairs.
Yes.
And she says, so what's your next move here?
Royce is coming back to himself a little bit more at this point. I'll confess I haven't decided yet. I wasn't expecting certain moves on your part.
Tell me, the Hadriels. Do you know what their role was before the fall of the final empire? Do you know your genealogy?
We facilitated transport of valuable goods.
And did any of those goods ever go missing?
I'm sure they did. Nothing is ever 100% secure.
That's very true. And how did your family survive the fall?
We survived in the Fadrix Cavern, Fadrix City Cavern.
To my understanding, your father... Well, you never knew your mother, correct?
No.
That's a shame.
It's like, check on that. And you? What did your family do before the catacenter?
She gets this kind of far-off stare for a moment. And then her gaze returns to Royce and she says, well, truthfully, I don't know much about my family's dealings exactly. I'm sure they had dealings in all sorts of things. They were a noble house, after all. So if you're a Sliverist, what is it that appeals to you about those days?
Royce is a big fan of his ancestor Sylvain, and he just like wishes he could live that guy's life instead. And
Shut up.
He had the best dog.
he had the best dog.
He had multiple dogs. All of them were the best.
She says, I think parties would have been something. The parties today aren't the same.
It's the dichotomy. Bright things seem brighter when they're surrounded by darkness.
I don't just think they seem brighter, I think they are brighter.
Perhaps. Perhaps you'll find out for yourself.
I hope so. Then she says, that spike you have, if you do well, it will be the first. The Inquisitors had far more than one.
Usually they got them all at once.
We do not have such a luxury.
Mm-hmm.
Yet.
And Royce is just thinking about how he was just talking with an Inquisitor.
The only one left.
Outside, Luka and Calcifer come around down to Dervish. And Calcifer looks at Dervish and he says, the constables are on the way.
Okay.
The bar fights will be starting soon. Marelyn is still at the top of the stairs. She chose to stay there. And we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting for Hallie to make an appearance, then go in, get her out. Shoot up the place a little bit. If the constables are on their way, do we know, Luka, do you know where Hallie is?
Yes. She's in is Hallie in the top or bottom crate? You said they were stacked.
The bottom one.
The bottom one. She's in the bottom crate over on, and he'll say which area of the room it's in. And he'll say, but I think there's other people in the other crate. If we can get them all out.
Okay. Then let's just go, because if the constables are on the way, I don't want to be waiting around for them to arrive, and who knows what happens. So yeah, let's just go in. I will cause a distraction, and you get the cage open, the crate open, and get Hallie out.
What if they'll be expecting me to come in, so they won't react immediately. I could go in first, start heading to the crates, and then you give me a couple minutes before you follow.
Calcifer?
Luka, what would they do if they knew the constables were coming?
I assume they would they would leave, and take their prisoners with them. Can't leave evidence behind. Unless they thought
what?
If they thought they were coming imminently, they might not have time to take some large crates with them.
He nods, continuing to think. Do you think you could convince them of that?
I could try. I guess I could say I went up for air and that I saw them coming. Or I could say there's a bar fight breaking up upstairs and someone was sent for the constables. They should be on their way. That would be plausible. Yeah.
I mean, if we can get them out without risking lives, okay. Let's give that a try.
My initial plan was to have the constables here to deal with the crowd. But if we can use their threat, Luka, that might be better.
Yeah. As much as I want to go in there and fight just shut this whole thing down once and for all, I don't quite like my chances on my own against 8 people, especially when we know some of them have spikes, and there could be anything happening in there.
We also don't know. There are other variables which we don't know, like what choices Sveth or Rafe would make in this situation.
Okay.
Yes. I guess be ready to come in as a backup. I can have a signal.
Yeah.
Calcifer nods.
I'll shout rust and ruin if
works for me. Okay. And then Devils will just head back up the steps to and hang out. Like not in the alleyway right behind the thing, but kind of like round a corner. So I'm not like, if they're leaving, they don't immediately see me kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna not metagame, but I'm like,
And everyone except Luka, who has the tin hat on, feels the anxiety build again. That suspicion, paranoia, anxiety amps another level. And Calcifer looks to Luka and he says, when the constables get here, I will not be able to be here.
Of course. This means if we do this plan correctly, they'll get away.
It is more important that we get our people out alive and everyone's safe for now.
Okay.
Yeah, we know who all they all are, so we can deal with them later.
Well,
that was the point of this.
Well, wish me luck. And he'll go down into the thing.
He gets a little push on the shoulder with a fist, and then I've gone off and
Luka comes to the door, and Royce and Beatrice are sitting in chairs talking quietly across the room. Rafe is just still standing there with blood on his hands.
Luka will go over to Rafe and he'll kind of put a hand on his shoulder and just whisper in his ear, I don't know what to do about this, but there's a fight breaking out upstairs and someone's calling the constables.
Roll me charm.
Can I add?
Expert
can I add my bluffing trait? 6.
The riding of all of the anxiety might help too.
That's going to make it a 2 rather than a 3, essentially.
Okay. Difficulty 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I get 7 dice. Come on, Luka. That's 4s and 2 nudges.
Nice.
Nice. Wraith takes a slow breath in and then breathes a slow breath out. And he says, and then he pulls off his gloves. And he looks to Beatrice and he says, Connors are coming. We are not doing anything more tonight. And for the first time ever, you might see like anger on Beatrice's face.
Actual anything other than boredom.
Her like a suspicious glance shifts to Luka. And Rafe says it wasn't him. There's bar fights breaking out up top. But I'm not interested in pressing our luck this evening. It's run out as it is. And
Royce will stand and like start like heading towards his coat.
Beatrice glances at the crates.
If she spends too much time like focusing on the crates, like Royce will kind of like cock his head as if he's hearing something.
Okay.
And kind of like and say something to like of like sirens. They're faint, but
She also cocks her head. Narrows her eyes. And then she says, if we can get that one, I want it. And she points to the lower crate.
Of course.
And then she picks up the bag of swords and heads for the door.
Who's going for the crate?
The 4 people that were still there, they seem to be going over and trying to like move and shift the top crate off.
And Beatrice is gone?
She's leaving. Yeah.
Okay.
She's not quite out of the room yet.
Which door did she go for?
She's going out the back door.
Okay. Luka's gonna say, what about and he's gonna glance over where his grandmother is. What about her?
Beatrice looks at Adine, looks at Luka. Beatrice takes a breath in and then goes and like she puts the bag down for a moment, picks up Adine, puts her over her shoulder like this, and then picks up the bag of swords and walks out.
Wow.
Do not like her. Do not like her one bit.
I told you.
Okay. And so they're moving the crates.
Can Marelyn like kind of ease the door she's at open a tiny bit and like see what's going on?
Yes. And you would do that. Everyone's distracted at this point, so I'm not going to say that requires a roll for you. Upstairs, bar fights are breaking out. Downstairs, people are trying to move a crate or have left.
Yeah. I'm gonna burn brass and try to see that people are moving like crate and try to suppress their sense of I guess it would be they're already kind of feeling like a very urgent and very anxious, so I kind of want to suppress their sense of like
Duty.
Yeah, duty. Like I want them to feel like I'm more important than listening to than this cult.
The key words are, Beatrice said, if we can.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. Will you give me a roll on that? So your brass, and this will be a roll of 2. That's already accounting for the situation, down from a 3. Yeah, that's 4s. So
More than a
yeah.
nudge, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, you see they're kind of, well, taking their time and then exchanging some words between each other, and like, this isn't worth it, because they clearly don't know who or what's in the crates, and they briefly glance to Rafe, who at this point is, like packing up his tools, and they're leaving. Oh, and Tamuth has already left.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
So
Figures. He was
are
probably
Rafe
one of
and
the first
Sveth
ones
are
to
the only
skype
two
out.
like cult members still in the room right now.
Yes.
But are they both packing up and getting ready to leave?
Yes. I mean, Rafe is. Sveth is just kind of standing there.
I assume Sveth is waiting to like escort me out.
Yeah. Oh, and in the distance, you actually do start to hear sirens.
Mhm.
Or horns or whatever they used back.
The
Bells.
sirens are pretty
I mean,
old.
they still have sirens. It's just a hand crank rather
Yeah.
than.
Mhm.
I guess if I see Royce up and moving around, I might say under my breath, like, Royce, I don't know if you can hear me right now. Get Rafe and Sveth out. Either I or the cops will handle Mirabelle and Hallie.
Mhm. Just kind of try and get close to Tamuth, but he's already gone. Something's weird going on there. So it's inside. It's just me, Sveth, Rafe, and Luka that are left.
Yes. And the boxes.
And the boxes. And is it like, are the sirens audible to me as a tin eye, or are they audible to everyone?
They are audible to you as a tonight, and within like 30 seconds they will become audible to everyone.
Okay. Then like I will pass that along to Rafe and Luka, saying like, you should be hearing them shortly. And he will nod to Sveth to kind of follow him.
And Sveth looks to Rafe, and Rafe just nods, and then Sveth follows after.
The moment Sveth is out the door, Luka goes for the crates and starts trying to get them open.
Nice.
Yes, with his 2 physique and bare fingers.
Yeah. I'm assuming they had like, I don't know.
Crowbars.
They were opening them somehow.
There's a crowbar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Rafe still in the room while Luca's doing this?
Luka didn't wait for Rafe to leave. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Rafe just glances over at him and says, "The Connors will get that."
Well, just take care of yourself. You're good at that, right?
Luka, try not to get arrested. that comes from inside the crate.
Okay, yeah. Luka's going to say, it's actually harder than you'd think to do that. Now, here. And he's going to...
Luka, just get out of there. I can handle it. If I can't, you can't.
Hallie just groans, and half
friends.
of it is about Luka, and half of it is about the fact she's still in a fairly considerable amount of pain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Luka's not stressed about the Connors. He wants to get Hallie out.
And Rafe is packed, and he looks at Luka and he says, "Are we going?"
I haven't gotten anything open. Hey?
I mean, you've gotten like 2 of the panels off. There's like 3 more.
Peeking through, then he can see Hallie. He's going to look to her like, should I go or should I continue helping?
Note that Hallie looks like absolute beat to hell.
And Mirabelle's
he's-
like in there, like beneath Hallie, like
Okay.
Yeah.
Luca's going to turn to Rafe and say,
the hell, and like bandaged up, clearly with Hallie's extra clothes.
Luca's going to turn to Rafe and he's going to say, I'll catch up to you. We'll meet up later. And he's going to just turn right back and keep prying stuff off.
Rafe goes, "What's your end game here?"
What do you think my end game should be, Rafe? He's like prying another
Are you
thing
wanting
off.
them out of the box? What's going to take for you to leave?
Yeah, I'd like all these people to be set free. So we know they're not going to get murdered, right? So that's what I'm going to do.
Well, that's not going to happen tonight because, Beatrice is gone. I'm leaving. Let's go.
Yeah.
Luka, the Connors are on their way. They're going to get us out. And honestly,
like,
I don't know that we
Your
can
grandmother
move
is a
Mirabelle.
known. Your grandmother is a known suspect in this business. If you're caught here doing this, it's not going to look good for you. What do I have to do to get you out of here quickly?
Luka, he's right. And honestly, I don't know that we're going to be able to get Mirabelle out of here without an ambulance stretcher. She's in even worse shape than I am.
Rafe, you've always been really good at looking good, but I'm not so concerned about that right now. So I'm going to keep helping here.
Hallie is making exasperated noises.
I want Luka to roll me a charm roll, please.
6 dice.
It's gonna be a charm roll of 3.
3. Okay.
It's
Those are 4s.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Rafe looks. There's like a flash of exhaustion across his face. And then he leaves.
Okay. Luca's gonna keep trying to get all the people out.
Once Rafe has gone, Marelyn is going to come out and walk over to the crates that Luka has taken like a panel off and slip through the vial of pewter to Hallie. And does Mirabelle look too beat up to shoot a gun?
She could shoot a gun. It's just, she's
Hallie
flat
had
right now.
Looks at the vial and looks at it's like, I'm not sure how much good this is going to do me right now. And the crates were built around the metal cages, right?
Yeah.
So we're still locked in. Like, you're not going to get into this without a key or lockpicking skills. And they took all my tools and my metal nines when they stuck me in here. Hallie is not happy about losing her metal nines.
Can I say that Dervish has been counting people as they leave, and he's like counted the 4 people that left, then a Beatrice, an Aaron, a Tamuth, a Svet, and
As long as you think,
I think
Dervish
this was-
can count that high, it's
yeah, he's got 10 fingers. He's as soon as he sees Rafe leaves, he's also going to come rushing in.
And you can now fully hear the sirens and
go. He's going to come. Is there like a padlock on the cage?
And Hallie's like, all of you are idiots. Get out of here before the Connors catch you. You morons.
Does this cage look like something that they're still in the cage in the crate?
Yes.
The cage, how is it locked? Is it like a padlock or is it like
it's padlock?
It's padlock. Cool. I'm gonna be like, okay, everyone stand back, and I'm gonna get my shotgun, and I'm gonna.
That will not work.
Not a shotgun.
Can you burn the pewter,
Even
Hallie?
with a regular gun, that is stuff that is Hollywood nonsense. That doesn't actually work.
I mean,
I don't
this
know
is
what
game
Hollywood is.
nonsense, but
I'm gonna shoot the lock.
I mean, if this goes badly, this will go very badly.
Oh no,
And
don't say that.
There's no way for it to work.
Can I first just try like stamping on the padlock? Just like giving it a good
Like,
boom.
just kick it off? Sure.
Yeah, just like stamping down on it. Strength roll. That is. I get 9 dice.
Well, I'll put it at 3.
3.
All right, Hallie is getting very angry. One, because no one's listening to her. We lost Natasha.
I got 3s.
No.
Okay, she's back.
Nope.
All right, so 1, because no one's listening to her, and 2, because no one is even like interacting with her and responding or like treating her like she's anything other than freaking furniture. They're trying to get out of
Marelyn
the
is
box.
trying to talk to Hallie, but like Dervish coming in to try to shoot this lock just completely derailed that.
Yeah, Dervish has just like, he comes over and like smashes it off with his boot.
He opens the door and goes, "What were you saying, Hallie?
You're an idiot."
Get out of here." And he
And
helps you out of the cage.
she's moving very slowly and painfully. And she's like, I don't know if Mirabelle's up to being moved.
Will burning the pewter help?
Let me explain to you about moving injured people. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Unless you're a medical professional.
Okay, we leave Mirabelle behind. She'll be fine.
I'll stay with her.
Are you sure?
No, Luka, you are getting the hell out. Mirabelle, is she awake?
Yeah, she's like groggy and does Marelyn's.
We'll go check on Mirabelle. And then like Dervish seems to have Hallie covered.
Yeah.
She's like, if someone stays, Marelyn.
Oh.
Sure.
Oh.
It's all very noble for. She kind of twitches a finger at Luka, but
And Luka will look to Marelyn and he'll say, and you'll make sure the other 2 are okay as well?
Yeah, it's fine. Just I'll handle it here.
Okay.
Hallie reaches up, grabs Luka by the collar, and while kind of limping along, starts dragging him with her.
We've just got a little
To be fair-
chain of people.
Luka, I think, is also still limping a bit because of the car incident.
Cool.
so everyone is kind of like leaving.
Yep.
As the Connors are swarming in.
Yeah, it's too late.
I would like a spirits roll from 2 of you. And you
Ooh.
can choose which 2.
I've got a spirit of 5.
Mine is 6.
So I just want to say that Royce has not Royce and Sveth went up to like their carriage. The carriage has not left yet. Royce is waiting to make sure they get out.
Aw.
Okay.
Oh.
I do have a spirits of 7. I don't know if I'm eligible for this role, but
You are not.
Oh,
okay.
All right, so
Those
it sounds
3
like it probably should be me and Dervish. We have the highest spirits.
Yeah.
Luka's is 3 normally, and I've spent 1, so I'd be
Yeah.
rolling at a 2.
All
Grace,
right.
what's Marelyn's?
I don't think I'm part of this because I'm still with Mirabelle.
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my spirits roll of 6.
And what difficulty are we rolling at?
3.
Great.
3.
I'll let you go first, Rosemary.
Wait, why did it only roll 3 dice? That was supposed to be 5
It
dice.
doesn't
No,
matter.
but-
You still got a 3.
You still got a 3,
Yeah.
though?
I
You-
clicked the thing and it didn't take.
You can roll
Anyway,
2 more just to see
whatever.
if you get some nudges.
Yeah.
Takes up
Or 4.
Yeah.
Eh,
All right, no, it's just another
Cool.
3.
And my 6. I got a 1, so thank God for that.
And a nudge.
But, bank
Back
that
nudge.
nudge.
No,
Interesting.
5 nudges.
As you are leaving, Hallie, you see a wolfhound standing at
Oh.
the edge of the alley.
Hey, look, it's a god puppy. And that was in character. She's not doing so great. That's it's like, hi, god puppy.
Dervish will look over. We'll deal with you later. And then, or do we want to follow them?
No, we should pay attention to the god puppy.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's go. Fine. And then I'll pull Hallie, who's pulling Luka.
I mean, once Luka's gone, she's just like leaning on both of you because she's like, she has not drunk the pewter vial. She's just stuck it in her pocket.
Cool.
Yeah, Luka's just kind of following along with you guys.
Head to the god puppy.
As you all follow the god puppy, the god puppy leads you to like a couple doors down the alleyway and then snoots a door and it just pushes in.
We hit it.
And inside it's like a little, rundown sort of shop. It's like a clothier. And, it's just quiet, dark, closed.
I will.
It's like the middle of the night.
Yeah, somewhere to set Hallie down, and just. Are you all right? You okay?
Hallie's just looking at the dog and saying, "Thank you."
You're
she's
quite
like,
welcome.
See,
And
I knew
then
it.
the god puppy turns around and walks back out and down the alleyway.
At that point, Hallie will look at Dervish and go, "No, I am far from all right."
Okay.
Oh, and you hear the door close behind it.
Dervish was like, do I want to talk to that dog? But fine, we'll let it go. Let's make sure
And
Hallie's
Hallie
good.
will kind of shout after the dog, "Find some way to make Royce take his memories back. He's making very stupid choices."
Yeah, we heard about that. Okay. Right. I'll just do a quick check to make sure you nothing broken or.
Oh, my jaw was dislocated, but I think I popped it back in.
Nice. Excellent. Okay.
It was not fun.
If you go home in this state, are your parents gonna be okay?
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm not sure I should go home because Beatrice is super pissed and definitely wants me dead. And if she has any way of tracking me, I don't want her anywhere near my folks.
Okay.
Dervish, she has multiple powers. Scary ass powers. She hits like a pewter arm and throws up speed bubbles. And I don't think that's all.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to the dog because I think they sent Calcifer to get us to go after her because we think they're worried about her taking control of them, which would mean she has duralumin, and that's very scary. And so, yeah, I agree. I think we should get you healed up a bit better first, and then I definitely...
Right, so a month in the hospital then.
If you want to go to the hospital, we can go to the hospital.
Oh, I mean,
we have free beds at the Brass Ladle if you wanted to go there as well.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. And we'll have to send word to my folks that I am off on a job somewhere unexpectedly.
Yeah, we'll have Ghost run a message for you. Okay.
Yeah, just be aware they do not know what I'm really into.
Yeah. How you doing, Luka?
Oh, I Let's.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Nobody is okay.
No. Luka, do you have
So
somewhere
maybe Marelyn. She seemed fine.
Yeah. Luka, do you have somewhere you can go?
Yes, I'll be fine. Do you need my help with anything?
No, I think we're just gonna head back to the brass ladle and patch Hallie up, and we can reconvene because we need to deal with this Beatrice situation. But not tonight.
Reconvene in the morning.
Sure.
We should maybe reconvene without Royce until we know how wrapped up in this he is.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I think he has massively screwed himself up by dumping his memories. And it's more than just emotionally screwed himself up. For a guy who prides himself on knowing shit, he sure is depriving himself of very important intel when he's in the middle of the most dangerous thing he's ever done.
Yeah.
He has bits of knowledge without context, and that is going to get him killed. I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I've definitely got some choice words for him after what he did tonight.
He wasn't given much of a choice. If he had refused, they would have killed him on the spot. You don't know the situation. I was there hearing the entire damn thing.
That makes me feel better.
Well, I guess I'll go then and see you both in the morning.
Yeah. And Luka, stay strong.
Thanks, Dervish. You too. Hallie, take care. If I can bring anything in the morning, I could pick some things up on the way. Any comforts or...
What does Hallie drink?
Hallie is injured enough that she's going to be avoiding alcohol, even though she'd really love to get drunk. She'll say, my biggest issue right now is that I've lost my metal minds.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find some brass, right? Brass mines. I'll see if I can find some brass at least, so you can have something.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And Luka will kind of peek his head out the door and try to...
Yeah, for the most part, all the action is going on down the way a little bit as people are, drunk and belligerent.
All right, Hallie, let's go and let's talk about this Beatrice lady, shall we? And then as we head to the brass ladle, we can discuss.
And Hallie will relay what happened in the fight and how easily Beatrice was able to dodge her attacks. And it's like she knew where my fist was going before it even got there. Yada, yada, yada.
All right, so you two head back to the brass ladle. Marelyn, I'm assuming Royce is going home.
Once Royce sees everyone leave, he will... And he's watching... He's seated so he can see out, but Svet is positioned so that he cannot see.
Right.
Why Royce wanted to stay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Marelyn. Mirabelle says, if you can keep me from getting arrested, that would be great.
I'll do my best. I don't want to see you in jail.
She says, I'm gonna take a nap now.
Does that seem like a good idea with your injuries to let her sleep?
I mean, no, but
Give her a little slap. Stay with us, stay with us.
Maybe it would be best to wait to nap until we can get you to a hospital or something.
Mm. Okay. And then she begins to mutter something under her breath. And it sounds like the names of plants. Like just listed in alphabetical order.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
That's cute. Oh, that's your... Yeah.
Yeah. She's got a little mnemonic to keep herself awake, you know? I was like, that's cute. Never thought I'd say that about Mirabelle, but you know.
What's the situation with the cops? Are they gonna like come downstairs at some point?
Yes. So eventually, they come around the back, and down the stairs, and they come down the stairs from this way. Just kind of doing a like scan through. There's like a whole little fuss when they see what's been going downstairs. And
There's probably blood everywhere, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Especially because someone was decapitated earlier.
Yeah.
And that body hasn't been removed.
I was going to say there's 3 bodies, right, down there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And the one constable, after they looked at each other, and then the one comes over to you and is like, "What happened here?"
I don't know. I saw the stairs and everything was getting tense upstairs, and so I was looking for a way out, a way to get away from the fights, because I don't really do well in that sort of situation. But then when I opened the door, there was blood everywhere, and I don't know what to do.
Oh, okay.
Pass out.
Roll me a charm, please. And Mirabelle's just laying there, on the bees in her plant alphabet.
Charm, and what's the difficulty?
2.
I'm gonna bump that up to a 2.
Yeah. It's a 1 and 3 nudges, so it's a 2.
Yeah, 1 and 3
Yeah.
nudges. Plus I have 7 nudges banked, so.
Oh,
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, okay. Yes, we're gonna take your statement. After. Are you cold? Do you need something to drink? How? Why don't let's take you outside. You can go sit up there. We'll take care of this person here." And then the one leans over to them and goes, "I'm pretty sure they're on a wanted list or something." And as they point to, Mirabelle, and she's gone into the seas, and the other's like, well, she's not gonna do anything. She's, but yeah, so they kind of usher Marelyn toward the door.
Marelyn is kind of looking back over her shoulder, kind of dragging her feet. Is she gonna be all right? I feel kind of responsible, because maybe if I had heard something sooner, she wouldn't be in such a state. I don't know what happens. But
and the constable's soothing you, no, there's no way this could have been your fault. It's okay. Clearly this is just something else is going on here. We'll have it all reported. She'll be taken to the hospital. Yada yada yada. Very soothing to you. Yes.
Do you think maybe when we're done, I could go to the hospital with them just to I know I don't really know her, but I feel like maybe, she should have someone there when she's like being checked out. I can't imagine how difficult this must be.
We'll see. We'll see. Why don't you just come over here and take a deep breath? In through your nose, out through your nose, like. Breathe.
Calm down a bit.
And they help you sit down, and then you hear the splintering of boxes and the shout of like, "There's 2 more in here," and everything getting cleared out. And then down the road, you see Ghost just like peeking around the corner at you. And then he kind of, just looks at you. And then runs off again.
Okay. I'll go along with this for now. Start giving my statement to these Connors. I give them like a fake name and say like, oh, I was going out for, a night to drink. Maybe I was like planning to meet someone for a date, but then they stood me up and then the tension started getting high. And so I was like nervous being there alone and was looking for a way out, but I was kind of in the back of the bar away from the door and I didn't want to move through people. And I saw the staircase, so I went down and then I was like, when I opened the door, I was hoping it was like a storeroom or something I could hide in for a little bit, but I saw this blood and freaked out and didn't know what to do. And that's my story.
Yeah. So they write everything down. They take everything down. And as you're sitting there, I would like you. They aren't going to allow you to go with her to the hospital. But you might be able to find out what hospital she'll be at.
Yeah. Okay. So the charm roll?
Yes.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be a 1. And that's 4.
4's in the nudge.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So they tell you that they're taking her across to, someone give me a name of a hospital.
General.
Gold General.
All right.
Or like Gold Street or something with gold.
Gold
That
Street
makes
Hospital.
Gold Street Hospital. It's currently the quietest after the bombing.
Oh yeah, that
happened yesterday. Like
a few days
It
ago.
was a few days ago.
It was.
It's currently the quietest. She'll be there if you want to visit.
Okay.
Clearly, they're just trying to soothe you and placate you at the moment.
Yeah.
And they load her into a
Ambulance?
Ambulance.
Oh, ambulance.
Yeah.
Ambulance.
And she's carted off along with the other 2. And once your shock has worn off and they've taken your statement and everything, they say that you are able to go.
Yeah, I'm going to before I head over to the hospital, I'm gonna change and do makeup and hair so that if the cops are still with her, they don't immediately know me as the person who found her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna head over to Gold Street Hospital.
Okay. Luka.
Yeah. Luka's gonna go to his grandmother's house.
Okay.
This is gonna be sad.
and try to walk in the door, I guess. Oh, how much staff does my grandmother have? Like, is it just the one guy, or I guess she has the.
Yeah, she has like probably 4 staff members, right? She has like her general like
Mhm.
house
Butler, steward,
and then
whatever.
Steward, and then like a maid or two, a maid and a cook and her nurse. Right,
Okay.
it would be about 4.
And are all of those like overnight, like staying in the?
She'd probably have like 2 of them there overnight.
Okay.
It would generally be 1, but probably, you're anticipating the nurse is probably going to be there.
Okay. And what time? Like, is it later at this time now? Right?
Yes.
Because the meeting. Okay.
Yeah, it's like in the middle of the night.
So yeah, Luka will like go and like knock on the door.
You knock a few times.
Okay.
And then the door is opened, and the maid is standing there, with her house coat wrapped around her, and she says, "Yes."
Hi. My grandmother said I could stay here tonight. In the guest room.
Oh. Okay. Yes. Oh, I wasn't aware that. Okay. Come on in.
Thank you. And she's there's some business that's come up for her out of town, actually. So
yes, I was aware of that.
Joining. Yeah. But she said I could hold down the fort here. And she said she's been, her health hasn't been great lately. And she said you all have been doing such a good job of taking care of her. She wanted you all to have a night off. And he's going to reach in his wallet and pull out some, what's the money in Elendel?
Boxings.
Boxings.
Yeah.
He's going to pull out some boxing notes and give them to her. So yeah, whole staff, go have some fun.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm the only one here right now, but thank you. Are you sure you don't need anything for me to make up the bed, or
no? I'm
tea, or
I'm fresh out of university. I'm used to the student lifestyle, so no, I should be fine. Go ahead.
Do you want a fire lit in the room?
No, thank you. I can take care of things myself.
Oh, all right.
Actually, no. That's everything. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good rest. And she, goes back to like the kitchen area of the house, obviously, to like gather her things or whatnot.
Okay. What does Luka even want to do? He doesn't know. I think Luka's just gonna head over to like one of the bars and pour himself a stiff drink, and then go up to one of the rooms and collapse on the bed.
Let's pick a room at random.
No.
So we're skipping to next morning. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah. I want to toss my grandmother's house and look for any information about this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Turnabout is fair play.
Okay.
And don't need to act it like just and he's just gonna he's not gonna really read, he's just grabbing, looking everywhere and grabbing stuff that he thinks is like if it looks somewhat relevant to this, he's gonna
every document that could be.
Roll me wits of 4.
Okay. Can I add my recognizing and tracking social connections? Because I'm if I'm seeing things with lists and stuff. Okay. And then can I add a dice because like I know my grandma? Or is that maybe I don't know her that well?
Yes, you would know where
Okay.
she would potentially hide things and choose to
Okay.
put things.
Okay, so difficulty 4, so I get 4 dice for wits, 1 dice for my trait, and then 1 dice for knowing grandma. So that's 6. Come on, baby.
It's twos with 2 nudges.
2s and 2s nudges. I only have 2 nudges banked, so that would only take me to a 3, not to a 4. Is it like could I get, if I bump it to a 3, would I still get something? Just not. Oh, okay. Wouldn't get in.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it. Well, no, I'll give you something. I'll give you something if you bump it to a 3.
Okay.
You won't know what it is, but I'll give you something.
Interesting.
Yeah, like so he's like shoveling what he can into a bag. If he finds like, yeah, he'll just
I also want you to roll me a spirits roll. And this is going to be a spirits of 3.
Spirits 3. I only have 2 dice. Oh, sorry. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no.
Big fat 0.
Yeah, big 5 and a 1.
Okay.
I could roll 1 more dice if you were going to give me one for something to see, but
no.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just have like essentially a bunch of papers in a bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, then I'll go to the meeting.
Oh, and you would find okay, yeah. You have a bag of papers.
Oh, and I'll pick up I'll also look for, I'm assuming my grandma probably has like some brass jewelry somewhere that I could bring for Hallie to use as a metal mind. So I'll also grab that.
Okay. So everyone has arrived at this meeting. And Marelyn, you were not able to go see Mirabelle. They essentially said that she was, in surgery and then resting.
Was I able to suss out whether or not she was likely to get arrested? Because that was her request to try and prevent that?
There were definitely like 2 constables that were hanging around. But you would have sussed out from like the medical documents that she is not going directly to any prison or jail because she's badly wounded at the moment.
If I got a chance to like talk to them, I probably would have tried to like give them another identity that like Marelyn knows her as. That's not a wanted criminal.
Okay.
She just has one of those faces,
Roll me a charm for that. And then you can also add like any like disguise or anything that you have on there.
So my charm +1 for the fact that I'm in disguise currently?
Yes.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty will be 3.
Choosing a nudge, but I'm gonna use my banked nudges to bump that up to a 3.
So they would definitely like account for that. You're not quite sure if that's done anything, but it's written down. Yeah, so you all arrive at the brass ladle. Some of you are already there. Hallie, that's where you were resting. And Calcifer, Hallie, when, earlier in the morning, Calcifer has come in. It looks like he's spent most of the night there. At whatever point you've fallen asleep is whatever point he came in. And is kind of, watching over you, and he sent Dervish home at whatever point, or, to go somewhere and, rest. And he's just kind of waiting for you to wake up. And Hallie, that's what you wake up to in the morning.
She'll open her eyes, look at him, close them again, kind of turn over. She's still mad at him.
Oh, yeah, understandably so.
Pretty sure you've got like a broken rib or something. It'll heal with time. As will most of the other things. Nothing is hospital worthy, but I'm sure it hurts.
Oh, well, I'm used to it. She'll sigh, and she'll kind of carefully lever herself up into a sitting position, and she'll glance at the vial of pewter that's sitting on the table next to wherever she slept. Kind of shake her head.
Well, we're going to have a meeting. Is there anything I can get for you in the meantime so you don't have to be walking around as much?
Replacement parts for everything that's broken?
Unfortunately, you're not a vehicle.
Damn it. Some ambitions just never come true.
I did send a letter to your parents saying that you were out of town on business.
Thank you.
And then he just stands and says, food, drink.
Probably a good idea.
Here, meeting out in the common area.
I can walk.
Okay. Let me know if you need help. And don't just suffer through it.
Which is exactly what she was going to do. And she's like, she had the slightly shady look on her eyes. All right.
And upon seeing that, he says, just go into the meeting room. And if she does that, he does bring food and drink to the meeting room.
Yeah.
But yeah, you all come in. Ghost is the last to show up.
I believe we have a chalkboard in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. They're just gonna stand up and be like, okay. So we haven't had a couple of successful evenings in a row. And Calcifer, I think what we've worked out is that we need to do something about this Sliverist cult that we keep running into. And I don't think it's coincidence we keep running into them. And so he's going to get up to the chalkboard and he's going to start writing. He's going to write the name Beatrice. He's going to write the name Bearded Guy. He's going to look at Hallie and he's going to be like, Hallie, what was that guy's name?
Demuth Brunswick.
Yep. He's going to write Rafe. And he's going to write Seth. And he'd be like, we need to do something about these people. I don't like these people. Luka, I have a feeling you're not very happy with them right now. Hallie, I have a feeling you're not very happy with them right now. Marelyn, I feel like you probably could take or leave them, but
I mean, I'm not happy with them right now either.
Excellent, good to hear.
From what I saw at the end of things, Rafe is perfectly well aware that Luka is involved with us and doesn't appear to be burning him on that.
Okay. So yeah, I think our next job, I know we're a thieving crew and we like to steal from the rich and give to the poor and all that kind of thing. But I think the best good we can do right now is taking out these people.
I think that Beatrice is our primary target and also the one we have the least amount of chance of actually taking out. The woman has so many powers, I don't even know if she has spikes. She acts like she's a freaking Mistborn. Like full-blown Mistborn.
Okay. This will take some...
She will repeat the powers that she personally saw Beatrice display when they fought. The fact that she hits like a pewter rhyme. She appears to be able to create speed bubbles, and she acted like she could see blows coming before they hit her.
So we need to, in whatever situation that we deal with her, we need to make sure that it is planned and that we have the upper hand before we even start anything. It's doable.
The only way I see anyone taking out Beatrice, because we don't have Mistborn to fight Mistborn anymore.
Nope.
Is sniper rifle, with her never seeing it coming. And even then, there's a good chance with pewter she might be able to withstand it.
And Ghost just kind of...
Not you.
Not you.
What if we trapped her in a building and burned it down?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of that plan.
Again, speed bubbles, pewter.
But we're not going to work this out right now, Hallie. Sorry, Marelyn.
Last night, Beatrice carried Adine's body out. And I kind of look at Luka like, is Adine dead? Is your grandmother gone?
She seemed the spike was Royce said the spike was play strong.
Ghost just goes, yes.
So
and
we have
Luka and he says, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, Luka, but that means we don't know who's in charge.
It's Beatrice. Whether or not she's officially in charge, she is under the radar in charge. If she's gone, the whole thing falls apart. Because everybody is terrified of her for good reason.
That also means that Rafe, Beatrice's fiance, was the one to kill the old leadership and open up the way for her to take over.
Probably under duress, because I don't see anyone not being afraid of her if they have even a fraction of an idea of what she can do.
So we could see if we can't flip some of these people to turn against her, get more allies to help with this.
But if that fails, then we were just saying we need some kind of plan, some element of surprise. Is the risk worth trusting someone we don't know for sure where their loyalties are?
Well, we don't have to tell them the plan immediately. We can work on those things. I think Luka, you could probably speak to Rafe. Someone should probably reach out to Royce as well. I think Royce was close to Seth. Seth.
Royce would have the
If
most
Royce
information.
Will even talk, if he'll even talk to us, he's so damn determined to pretend like he doesn't know us.
We'll have to, like I said, reach out and see.
Not it.
Can I just ask you all a question? A quick group poll. If someone put into the gun to your head and said, messily stab this spike through that innocent person, would you do it?
No.
My head, probably not. One of y'all's heads? Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to, and I'd look for a way out, but if it was my life or someone else's, I can't say what I would do for sure.
Interesting. So as next steps, we need to get Royce here then and interrogate him.
Yeah, I think if
The look on Ian's face.
yeah, I think we need to contact Royce. See if we can't get anything. We need to get Mirabelle out of the hospital. We're if we're gonna fight a Mistborn, then we're gonna need having a Seeker on board. Fantastic. And yeah, and then see if we can't also reach out to Rafe. See what's going on there.
There's also Beatrice now has those swords, like the one you have, Dervish.
Yeah. And
But they're smaller.
Yeah, I don't quite know what mine does just yet. Is it? Ben does. Dervish doesn't. I don't know what mine does just yet. But there can't be good news.
Who's gonna go get Royce? Is everyone like looking at Luka expectantly, or
I'm looking at
else?
Dervish is looking at Luka.
Okay. Well, you're his fiance, right?
Wait, what?
You should be the one to get him.
No, I'm not sure if that counts for anything, but sure, all right. And Luka will also take out the stuff he grabbed from his grandmother's and says, "Well, I'm gone. I grabbed this from my grandmother's this morning. There might be something in there might not be, but and he'll give Hallie the brass jewelry that he managed to snag.
Hallie will kind of touch it with her power. Is this brass even like ferrochemical grade brass?
Yeah, she definitely has some of it. Like some of it isn't, but
Couple rings, maybe.
She'll separate out like what she can use.
Okay, and Luka will say, "Well, sell or exchange the rest for what you need."
Marelyn will take the papers and say, like, I've done some research into them before, so maybe I'll have a better idea of what to look for in these.
And Dervish will look at Calcifer and will be like, we're going to try and work out how to kill a Mistborn.
ATM would be useful and a way to use it.
Yeah. I feel like each of those is nigh impossible, and both together.
One miracle at a time. Let's see what we can do.
And yeah, Luka, I guess we'll go try to get Royce.
So it's the following morning, but it is dark in his apartment. All of the windows are drawn. There's like very little light leaking through, and he's using tin to be able to see. And he's just sitting at like the dining room table, like a bottle of alcohol. I don't know alcohol. It's something strong. And like there are like empties elsewhere in the apartment, and he's just staring at a vial of steel and his copper mines sitting on the table in front of him, and he's just drinking. And it's clear he has not slept and does not look good.
Yeah.
He's where Hallie was.
Yes, exactly. But you don't realize you were gone that session. Hallie actually did go out and get smashed
Yeah.
after she snapped.
Yeah, great.
Cool. Fantastic.
One of the worst things to have in common.
You guys are made for each other, clearly. Just like Royce and Luka are made for each other, and you know.
Weirdest polycule ever.
Yeah. Every RPG group ends up in a polycule somehow.
Just happens. It happens.
Something maybe destiny.
Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. So we're leaving it at that?
Mm-hmm.
Superb. So thank you everyone for watching this episode of Diceborn. This may potentially be us, like a mid-season finale. We're going to keep recording, but we've been recording for like a year now and haven't released any because it's terrible
Hey, look,
timetables.
World Fantasy is over. I have actual time again. I am not going to keep blowing up our potential scheduling.
The first episodes, I was still in my old apartment, so.
So see you guys next time, next half of season 2. Thank you guys for watching. Another thank you to Natasha for running this game, and you can find the rest of us on SeptiShot.com for all your news, theories, discussion, and fun. You can find us on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, and if you like our stuff, you can support us on Patreon. Stay tuned for more, and keep those dice rolling. Bye.
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 Thanks for watching Diceborn. This show is a production of the 17th Shard and uses the Mistborn adventure game system developed by Crafty Games. Diceborn features cast performances by Ben as Dervish, Rosemary as Hallie de Passel, Matt as Luka Ilariel, Grace as Marelyn Dramali, Ian as Royce Hadriel, and Natasha, your Lord Roller, as everyone and everything else. Background art and overlays were designed by Connor Chamberlain, with character portraits illustrated by Shuravf. The Mistborn Dice Roller was programmed by Marvin. Finally, editing, post-production, and sound design by Alyx. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.